From the time in 1492 when Christopher Columbus set foot on what is historically referred to as Hispaniola, present-day Haiti and the Dominican Republic, he set in motion a complete annihilation of the original inhabitants of the island. The indigenous Taino were believed to have numbered at least 100,000 after they were conquered, enslaved, and summarily murdered for insubordination less than a century later. There was literally no visible sign that they had ever existed. Although Christopher Columbus never set foot on the shores of North America, native people here shared the same fate as those in the rest of the Western Hemisphere. Hundreds of years later, Spanish explorers came to California. By 1769, a system of 21 missions were becoming established, from San Diego to San Francisco. The purpose of the Spanish missions was to subjugate indigenous people to Spanish rule, forcibly convert them to Christianity, claim their land, set up farming, and enslave indigenous people to farm the land. Ironically, the settlements native Californians were relocated to were called reductions. This lasted until 1833. As bad as all of this sounds, there are reams of documents describing the barbaric activities geared toward Native Americans in California that lasted hundreds of years through Spanish, Mexican, and U.S. rule. The facts are the facts. In the late 1800s, a false mythology set in that sought to rewrite the true history of colonization of the Western Hemisphere and rebrand the first contact of Columbus in 1492 and the genocide that followed as a discovery, when open hostility and discrimination against Native Americans was widespread in California and the rest of the country. This false mythology was allowed to take root. Native Americans had no power at any level of society or government. By 1937, after intense lobbying from the Knights of Columbus, Columbus Day was declared a federal holiday. History had been rewritten, the false mythology codified by our own government. The conquest of Americas was literally and figuratively complete once and for all. But colleagues, the truth is pesky, it is stubborn, and it is unrelenting. In this country, despite our own violent history, all of our setbacks, all of our struggles, there has always been an arc toward truth, enlightenment, fairness, equality, and healing. Our city is home to the largest indigenous population of any city in the United States. Los Angeles County has about 750,000 people of Native American heritage and many more hundreds of thousands of indigenous people from around the world who call Los Angeles home. It is a stark irony that in Los Angeles, sometimes thought of as ground zero of progressive movements, that we still have Columbus Day codified as an official city holiday. Every year, as we observe the Armenian genocide, the Holocaust, speak out against the myriad injustices that plague the world, let us remember that a powerful, offensive, and divisive symbol of the American genocide remains on our own administrative code as an official City of Los Angeles holiday. Colleagues, as the charade that is Columbus Day becomes more deeply understood, we have an opportunity to take action that is righteous and appropriate, and an action that I believe will be warmly received by most Angelenos. I look forward to continuing this discussion and to becoming part of the progressive shift that has already taken hold across this country. I thank you.